Mic check. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Let's see. Let me refresh, make sure my thing works. Can everybody hear me okay? Can everybody hear the game music okay? Hey Wiz, didn't you say you wanted to see me do a Late Danger sometime? Did you actually catch me doing a Late Danger stream finally? Man, my computer is choking. For some reason, Slobs is consuming 6 gigs of RAM by itself. I'm not sure why it's consuming so much RAM, but it's you know, I've been leaving it running for so long. I wonder if just leaving it up and running so long. That's 7 minutes till somebody wins the giveaway. Okay, cool. That'll work. Meanwhile, I'll just keep tabs on the giveaway. Right now, 12 users have entered. A total of 1,107 tickets have been purchased in today's giveaway from viewer tickets and gems. Tomulus, Joy, Savio, Paul are maxed out at 200 tickets, but everybody else is free to get as many tickets as they want to enter the giveaway for today's game. Alright. Go ahead and load it up here. Yes, yes. I'm gonna scrub your points. Start you back off at 0. You know what would be cool though is if I can actually, if it was a way I can have like the streamers, they can gift points to other people, like in chat, like, you know, give, say, somebody else some of your points. That would be kind of cool, because then you can like share the points that you accrue to like people and things like that. Yeah, that'd be nice. I like that feature. But don't forget, if people want, they could do exclamation gamble and the number of points, and you have a chance of either doubling your points or losing them all, however many you gamble. So if you want to take that risk with your points, you can do that. James, show them how it's done. Do exclamation gamble and do like 1,000 points or 500 points. Gamble them away. See if you double it or you lose it. Oh, there go your 1,000 gems. Oh, back down to 49 gems, James. And just like that, you have no points left, practically. Alright. So, if we remember correctly, oh my goodness, I just realized when I got blown up by that other player, I had that cargo that I absolutely needed to unlock the Guardian tech that I could only get from one station. So I have to go all the way back to, let's see, what time to go to Inara. I have to go all the way back to, okay, so what's the closest system? I'm in, where am I right now? I am in Gutton D, right? Gutton D is the system I'm in. Alright. And I have to go all the way to Ziripa to go back and Kamar Gateway and get those things. So, let's go here. So I'll stream for about an hour till 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's 6:30 p.m. Pacific time right now. That's probably how long I'll stream till. Okay. Let me switch the map to map. Ziripa. Plot route. And let's go. Let's take off. Like my little bobbleheads on my dashboard. My dragon with the elite station, Coriolis station. Yeah. Lurk, James. You'll get all the points back.
Uncoupling complete. All clear, Commander.
There are some ships, like the Type 10 and Type 9, that I just have a real hard time getting through this tiny mail slot, because the ships are so big they almost don't fit through the station slot. So, as I was saying with Elite Dangerous,
Prepare for heavy oncoming traffic.
you see these little yellow thrusters going on the top and bottom of my ship? I'm constantly hitting A and D, which is my my axis rolls, right? But then you could do little thrusters to slide up and down with E and F, and you have a lot of maneuverability. You can even use thrusters to go forward and backwards instead of just using your momentum or your engines. Let's go here.
Station restrictions are now lifted. Travel safely, Commander.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna boost. Launch and jump. And there's the station. There's the next jump.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Big star. Let's go around it.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, this is actually I don't even have a Discovery Center in this ship. Interesting.
Disengaged.
This is definitely not my Discovery ship.
Drive charging.
No, I got one. Should have been there. Discovery Center. Oh, it's not mapped to anything. Oh, that's why.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Hey, XL17, how you doing? Morning. Just playing some Elite Dangerous after Nate just got done streaming Overwatch. It's funny how we kind of like slip from James to Brian, and then Nate comes in right
Fuel
after.
scooping. System scan
There we
complete.
go. Got some. What jumps is it? Oh wow. My ship is slow. I have like half the jump range of my other ship. That's why it's taking so long.
Scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Folding space. Actually, you know, in the lore of the game, when you jump into hyperspace, they call that witch space, which is the hyperspace area where it allows you to traverse the stars very quickly. And the alien race Thargoids actually live in witch space, and they come into our section of space to do invasions and things like that. And they actually
Temperature
exist
critical.
in space. Yeah, it's not critical yet. Let's
Fuel
get
scoop
there.
disengaged.
Got a nav beacon. Don't care.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, I don't want to do that jump stuff. If I see a compromised nav beacon, I might do some hunting. Yeah, I can visit Earth. I can go to Sol. You can't land on it. This game, you can only land on atmosphereless planets like moons and atmosphereless planets. They don't have atmospheric landing yet. It's probably a feature maybe 2 years out where you can actually land on atmospheric planets. But for now, you can actually visit Earth, Mars, and the entire planets in the solar system. You can hover over them. I can land on the moon. I can land on Mercury. I think I can land on Mercury. I can land on some of Jupiter's moons, but I can't land on Earth. No atmospheric planets.
Fuel scooping.
I'll see how far I'm away from Sol if you want, just to see if it's within my range of stopping. How far is Sol?
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yeah, that's not too far. That's 12 jumps. If you want me to visit Sol after I get this done, I'll definitely put Sol on my list.
Frameshift drive charging.
Of course, that's the Federation space, right? I'm the Empire, so if Sol's You know, my enemies. If there's power play players there, they're gonna blow me up if I enter Sol, because I'm a part of the Empire. I'm not the Federation. That's alright. I could go to Sol and do some payback, destroy some Federation ships that want to start a war, put myself on a wanted list.
Fuel scoping. Warning. Temperature critical. Fuel field disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
So here's my Federal Corvette, my awesome ship.
4, 3, 2.
It takes you out of camera when it jumps. This is Justin streaming. The Dragon Vlogger.
Fuel scoping.
Let's get out of here. Oh, speaking of bounties, I got a bounty on my head
Field disengaged.
for the Alliance when I was hunting Alliance ships. Let's see what we got here. One more jumps. Ugh, 6 jumps.
Frameshift drive
I got a
charging.
lousy fuel scoop, only because I'm more kitted for combat than for fuel scooping. I've got this Guardian frameshift drive booster gives me plus 10 light year jump range. If I didn't have that, my jump range would be abysmal.
3, 2,
It would take me like 25 jumps to get there. Yeah, well, my Asp Explorer is like the Millennium Falcon. My Asp Explorer can do this in 2 jumps because it could jump almost 60 light years versus this one's like 25, 30. But the warships don't have as much jump range as the Explorer ships for obvious reasons.
scoping.
They have a lot of mass and internals and shielding. I need to stop here and refuel. I'm not fueling fast enough to do another jump. I'll run out of fuel.
Temperature critical.
I'm not gonna get out of that Corona. I'm cooking. Don't want to get to 100%. You get to 100%, your modules start cooking. There we go.
Disengaged.
Nope. Now I gotta go a little bit closer to get more fuel. Come on. Fuel scoop.
Fuel scoping.
Not enough to cook, but just enough to get in there. There we go. Now I'll do some camera rolls while it's scooping. There we go. So every module I have on my ship, you could see installed. You know, you see the little twirly little heat vents over there. And as you install modules, if I release my gun base, you can see them all there. If I open up my cargo bay, you can see it open up at the bottom. If I launch limpets, you'll see them fly out and go collect things like cargo. It's pretty detailed. I got a big boy. Those circular things are my shield boosters. See those little spinning circle things? I'll show you what those are on my ship. Those amplify my shields and give me quite a bit. So I got shield boosters, a lot of them. They augment my shields. They make my shields much stronger. So those little circle things are shield boosters.
Frameshift drive charging.
When you engage your hyperspace drive, your ship heats up quite a bit while it powers up. Look, I'm smoking a little bit internally. Yep. You can either mine asteroids, you can mine planets with your SRV, you can trade cargo, you can trade the minerals that you mine, you can refine your minerals into like tons of cargo and sell it. You can run trade missions, assassination missions, espionage missions. You can participate in civil wars and change the governments of systems. You can participate in power play and fight other players. There's community goals where because it's an MMO, there's community goals where multiple people contribute to, and you all get a piece of a payout for contributing to community goals. And then of course you could engineer your ship and work your better ships. There's something like 30 different ships in the game, I think. and then with a lot of other options in engineering. I'll show you all the different various aspects. Let me see if I got something else to show you in here. So these are resource extraction sites. This is where you would go to mine, or miners are always under attack by pirates, so you can go help the miners out and kill pirates. That's what you can do with that as well. The nav beacons is where you go to scan a system. Sometimes if you're on an assassination mission, you have to go to nav beacon, scan the data to find out where the person, your target is, and like what planet he's on. Sometimes you have to actually land on a planet and scan a base, a security base on the planet, or other times you just assassinate the guy in space in a wing, things like that.
3, 2, 1.
There's pretty much nothing I haven't done in the game. I've even faced off on a few Thargoids, but I don't have Thargoid weapons. The scariest thing and the most difficult thing in this game to fight is Thargoids. Thargoids are vastly superior. Usually you need a wing of a bunch of ships, even a bunch of ships with special AX weaponry or Guardian weaponry.
System scan complete. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay, much like MMORPG games, every system, a lot of systems, have something called unidentified signal sources. So think of these like random encounters. When you see an unidentified signal source, you could scan it. It could be a distress signal. It could be somebody ran out of fuel. It could be, you know, just a military vessel. It could be cargo ships. It could be all sorts of things. It could be, you know, just a remnants of a ship that you could scan.
Frameshift drive charging.
I always think of unidentified signal sources as kind of like random encounters. Except they're avoidable. Except when you get targeted. It's depending on certain missions you do, you could be the target and you can get interdicted by NPCs, or if you run into other players, some of them can be brutal and try to attack you. I don't have to worry about most players, but on Sunday somebody did take me out when I was fighting in a civil war and I didn't notice. It's a space combat simulator, so it has all the sim involved, although they've made it a lot easier for beginners lately because they've added all docking systems, undocking systems, and super cruise systems, so they made it a lot easier. They added a lot more nuance. They also, just in the recent patch that came out, I'll show you where it is in the star map. So if you go to the star map, you see these sections right here with this little like elite symbol. They created an area of space that only new players can go in. So until you get your first rank, this is like newbie space. It's safe. Anybody who's like, you know, a ganker or something like that can't go into these systems because only new players can access these systems. The moment you get your first rank, you can't access the system anymore. So it's a really newbie safe space. And they just added that in the last patch this year. So I thought that was a really good idea to give newbies a safe space.
Frameshift drive charging.
Plus there's a lot of YouTube videos and there's a lot of training tutorials in the game. They have like 11 training tutorials just to train to the various things. But my 12-year-old Oliver can play it like a boss, so, you know, it's not hard to learn. It just takes time, patience. Yeah, it's called Elite Dangerous for a reason. It's always open PvP. So unless you play in solo mode or in a private group, if you play in open, another player can attack you anytime. You're always in PvP and always at risk. Now the good news is with 400 billion stars, all the players tend to be clustered around the central bubble, so if you don't want to ever meet another player, you just stay away. And your radar will always show you another player. So if you see a solid square, that's an NPC. If you see a solid triangle, it means the NPC has his guns out, so his weapons are deployed. If you see a hollow square, it's another player. And if you see a hollow triangle, it's another player with his weapons deployed. That's how you can tell the difference between players and NPCs on your radar at a quick glance. Of course, when you scan ships, a player always has the letters CMDR in front of their name. Always. That's how you know they're other players. Like you see, it says Federal Security Service. That's a cop in the system. You can, but when you're in proximity to other ships. See, here's the uniqueness. There's something called mass, and ships generate a mass around them. A big ship will mass lock a small ship to where it has to get a certain distance away before it can jump into hyperspace. So I'm in a big ship, so a small ship can't mass lock me. I could jump away relatively quick. But another big ship, I'd have to get a certain distance away. Certain ships can outspeed other ships. like I'm a big bulky tank ship, but I'm not a super fast ship. So an Imperial cutter could technically mass lock me and keep me around for a while. Now you can still jump away to a mass lock, but it's much slower. The other thing too is there's a lot of engineered weapons, like reverb torpedoes and cascading torpedoes that can, and special engineering weapons that could target your modules, and they could sometimes go through your shields and take out your FSD. Somebody can select you and actually target, when they select you, an individual module on your ship, and they could take out your jump drive, and once they do that, that's it, you're stranded. And if they, and then you're just stuck and pretty much at the mercy of when they blow you up. There are some pirates in this game that are players that will actually just legitimately pirate you, ask you to dump your cargo, and they'll let you live. Some of them will just blow you up no matter what. See, I'm way too close to this. I'm going too fast. Let's slow down. You'll see, I just wasn't paying attention, but you see my speed to the right of my radar. It's like this little blue line right there. If you keep your speed level in the kind of like the center of that blue line, that's your optimal speed so that you don't overshoot. Now again, I don't have the auto docking stuff and the auto super cruise stuff because I don't need it, but just know you can generally keep at a certain speed level. And for me to jump out of, well, I'm in super cruise right now, not hyperspace. So for me to jump out of super cruise, I gotta make sure that I'm at a certain distance. When everything's at the distance is in the blue and the speed's in the blue, then I can press J, disengage from super cruise. And now I'm in normal space, and I could go accelerate to the station and go do a docking. So I'll boost towards it. You have to request docking permission when you're at 7.5 km. If you don't request docking permission, they'll blow you up. If you don't, you can sometimes get rejected docking permission if there's not enough slots. Because remember, there's only about 40 landing spots on a station, and other players can tie them all up, and NPCs can tie them up. So occasionally you'll get to the docking denied, and you gotta wait outside until a pad opens up. Large ships require large pads. Small ships and medium ships can land on small and medium pads. So, and then there's certain stations that my large ship can't land on, like outposts that you need a small ship to land on an outpost. My large ship can't land on an outpost. Let's get here. See, I'm going to landing pad 10. Ooh, shield script there. Come in here for a landing. See, somebody else is coming into landing pad 6. 13, but that's not my landing pad. I'm 10. So, I'm going to landing pad 10 here. Ease in, slow down. Got my landing gear deployed. You have to remember to deploy your landing gear. Slow down the pad. Line up. Oop, overshot it slightly. Let me put my reverse thrusters on. And there we go. And if you have enough money stored, you have something called a rebuy, which means you can recover your ship, start back at the nearest space station. If you don't have enough money to cover your rebuy, you start the game all over with the default Sidewinder that a new person, then you start all over. You keep your rank, you keep your pilot, but you lose your ship and all your hard work. So it's always important. The terminally dangerous is don't fly unless you have a rebuy. Basically, don't buy a ship if you don't have enough to cover the rebuy cost. The more expensive the ship, the more insurance it costs. For instance, my ship, if I get blown up, it costs me 31 million credits to basically have my same ship and restart at another station with the same ship. If I didn't have at least 31.1 million credits, I would restart the game all over with a Sidewinder. Again, keep my same rank and everything and my ratings, but I would lose my entire ship. I have 690 million credits, so I have plenty of rebuys. I don't have to worry about that. You should always have a few extra rebuys. Alright. So obviously whenever you land at a station, if you don't have the ability to, if you don't have a fuel scoop, you need to refuel, you need to repair, you need to take a look at your advanced maintenance, because your paint work, some people will let their paint work get down to 0 and it's just cosmetic, but their ship will look all damaged and all the paint jobs missing. You have to repair your integrity, because your integrity goes down, then your ship's like an eggshell. The module components get damaged faster. And here I'm going to go to the commodities market because I'm specifically looking for hardware diagnostic sensors. This is the only station around this area, and I actually need 8 of them to unlock Guardian modules, but I'm going to get 24 just so I have extra just in case. I can always sell them later. Alright, now I'm going to tab out and I'm going to find out where the nearest Guardian tech broker is, because I really need a Guardian tech broker. 'Broker. 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 So, Guardian Tech Broker, Guardian Tech Broker. I am Ziripa. I need to find a Guardian Tech Broker. Tech Broker. I need a Tech Broker near Ziripia. Guardian modules. And I'm looking for Guardian shield reinforcement. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, Tech Broker. Find nearest Tech Broker. Alright, so my system is Ziripa. The nearest Tech Broker. This is Guardian Tech Broker. Okay. The nearest Guardian Tech Broker is at HIP 29312 at Ulm Horizons. So, and I look up everything at Inara, inara.cz. That's like your Wikipedia for finding everything in Elite Dangerous. So I need to go to the system. It's not that far. I think I can do it one jump. Yep, one jump. Not a biggie at all. I don't think I selected it. Oh, okay. See, I tend to like the big ships, but if you really like dogfighting, you want small, fast fighter ships that you can dogfight with each other in space. Go super fast, hit hard, circle each other. I actually have a big enough ship that I can actually install a fighter bay and launch a fighter that can be controlled by an NPC, or I could go in the fighter. Look at these NPCs just waiting to, Ooh, I'm gonna crash into this guy here. Look at this. It's blocking me. It's a Beluga liner, which is kind of like a passenger, luxury passenger transport. They take up a huge amount of room on the mouse lock coming out. And if I bump into him and I go too fast, then I'll get a fine, a traffic fine, for hitting another ship. It's a small fine, but you get too many fines, then you get declared a criminal, and the station destroys you. So he's got a clean rep, but if anybody's wanted, I can attack them with impunity if I'm outside the range of the ship. He's clean too.
Scan detected.
Yes, the cops are scanning me to make sure I'm not like carrying any illegal goods.
Landing gear retracted.
Oh, I'm still mass locked. You have to get a certain distance away from the station because you're in the mass lock effect of the station, which they don't allow hyperspace in and out. Got to get a certain distance away. And the mass lock light on my right, there.
Frameshift drive
Then I can jump.
charging.
When I get to the next station, I know the giveaway ended. When I get to the next station, I'll go pick the giveaway winner.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
You know, I've actually, like, thought I could just leave the game a few times, right? Where I just, like, stop in space, and then I run to the restroom and come back, and find out somebody interdicted me and blew me up, so I never, like, tabbing out or leaving it unattended, because you never know something can happen. Something can go bad pretty fast.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, so here I'm going to Ulm Gateway.
Complete.
Where is it at? Ulm Horizons, it's it. 650 light seconds away. I'm accelerating, so 8 minutes to get there, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, but it'll keep coming down as I accelerate. Let's see what else is around the area. Got Orca, Dymax got all NPCs. Mostly the federal security services are always in Vipers or Anacondas if they're particularly beefy. Seconds, 23 seconds. And I have orbital lines on because it helps me, but you could disable orbital lines, but then you overshoot stuff real fast. I kind of like seeing orbital lines. You know, all the orbits of all the moons and all the planets. Those yellow orbital lines. Oh, I'm going too fast. Slow down. Come on, slow down. You gotta be at least 6 seconds, or else you're going too fast. Let me see if I can use the planet's gravity to slow me down. Sometimes you can get close to a planet and the gravity will slow you down. There we go. I got slowed. Perfect. Now, perfectly lined up. Except we're not facing the mail slot. There we go. The mail slot's over this way. I don't like coming up behind the station because then you have to take extra time to go around it. I like lining up directly with the mail slot. That way when I come out with the jump, I'm facing the entrance right away. Which the nickname for station entrance is mail slot because that's exactly what they look like. Oh, it's a little fast, but I think I can make it. Going a little fast, but I can make it. There we go. Almost perfectly lined up with that mail slot. Now again, I have to request permission to dock.
Landing gear deployed.
Now the station's always rotating, right? So if you don't have dock computer on, I have to manually keep rotating my ship to keep in alignment with the station, so the slot's always facing our way. I'm really used to this, so I'm not as... Normally you can't come in that hot like that, but I've done this a lot, so I've got a lot of experience in these things. A small ship, if you collide with the station, you're just toast. A big ship with shields like mine, I can afford a few hits. Alright, while I'm docking, I'm going to go pick out the giveaway winner and announce it.
Touchdown. Ship secured.
Alright, come on, Cloud. Where's the quickest way? Oh, I'll pick the winner from here. Okay, cool. I can do it right from here. Alright, nice. Alright, let's see who wins. Tomulus Hardy is the winner of the giveaway today. Tomulus, I'm going to whisper you your prize. If you, I hope you're online. I don't know if he is. Oh, he's not even online. All right, let me give him his. Let me just whisper him his prize. Yeah, you don't have to be online to win because it's a 12-hour giveaway. I don't expect people to be online to win. So I am gonna whisper him his key right now. I'm whispering him as we speak. Tomulus, you won the giveaway today. Here is your key. Let me know if it is a duplicate and I will give you a replacement. Period. Alright. Now let me go in the Discord just in case on the off chance he sees it there. Actually, if he has a Discord, I don't know what his Discord equivalent is. There's not the same name on Discord.
Oh, is my pack on?
Yeah, I don't know what his Discord name is. Okay. Won the video game today. I PM'd him on Twitch.
Wait, I have blood on myself?
We'll let everyone know what game he got when he redeems.
Do I have blood on my helmet?
And it lets me know. Alright.
Guys, do I have blood on myself?
Twitch user. Okay, there. I'll put that on there. So
How do I clean it?
that's weird.
Oh, see, how do you clean it?
I somehow trigger. I used the word Twitch, and I somehow. Oh, did I have to have Twitch? Dragonflies?
Press E on, like, the tubs.
Huh, interesting. Well, I typed Twitch and it seemed to trigger some sort of Twitch bot. That was weird. Alright. Back to the station. Alright, I came all this way for the technology broker. Guardian Tech. Shield Reinforcement. The only Guardian Tech which I really, really, really want. A Guardian. Gosh. I need these. Tracer, Guardian Fighters. I want one of those. I might have to go back to the Guardian sites. Where do I get a Guardian Vessel blueprint from? That's cool. Okay, I want a Guardian Gauss Cannon, and I need 6 magnetic emitter coils, and a Guardian Weapon blueprint fragment. I don't know how to find those either. Alright, well, I'll work on those on time. Meanwhile, finally got the Guardian Shield. Look how much it costs me. My module blueprint fragment, my power cell, 20 technology components, 24 pattern delta obelisk, and Mahara diagnostics. Unlock this item. Go to outfitting. Alright. Now. So, before, I'm going to show what my shields are right now. So, I have 6A. I'm not even using the best shields. Well, I'm using a 7A prismatic shield, which is high. So, my shield strength is 4304, which is pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. I'm curious to see what a Guardian Shield Booster will help, how much it helps me. Where's a Guardian Tech? Guardian. Why am I not seeing X? I'll see experimentals here. They must be under shield cell banks? No. Modular reinforcements? No. Where's that? Shield generators? No. Well, oh, there it is. Shield reinforcement package. And the maximum they have is a 5D. Really? Okay, I understand those things, but what does it boost my shields to? Okay.
Why did I die?
Reduce my hull by how much? Reduce my hull by quite a bit, but let me if I put it in another slot. Let's say I don't want a fuel scoop. And then I'll do a hull reinforcement. Guardian shield reinforcement. Let's see what we got here. I'll store that. I just want to see what boosts my shields to. So what my shields were for? My shields were 4200, right? Yeah, it's hardly worth it. Dang. 42 to 45, that's negligible. Yeah, that's hardly worth it. Interesting. It doesn't... only 215 reinforcement. It's hardly worth it at all, actually. What a bust. Oh well. At least I unlocked it, but... I could see how that might help a small ship, but 200 on my ship is useless. Yep, that's all over in the background. Oh, that's a bummer. Alright. Do you want me to go visit Sol? I got... Visit our star system. Ooh, that's far. Alright, let's go jump into Fed space. That was anticlimactic, actually. I grinded for that and got barely any benefit from that shield booster. Should've went for the Guardian weapon instead, so we can fight Dark Ones.
Ship restraints retracted. Access corridor is clear.
Like how the atmosphere escapes the station like that. That's kind of cool.
Landing gear retracted.
Jumps. Oh no, it's not bad. It's only 6 jumps.
Frameshift
not bad at
drive
all.
charging.
That's right. I'm an Imperial going into Federation space.
You are clear of the station. Federal
The funny thing is, I'm not actually wanted by the Federals right now. I'm wanted by the Alliance. Because I was hunting Alliance ships and PowerPoints. Alliance diplomats a couple months ago. So I've got a 1 million credit bounty on my head for the Alliance.
Fuel scooping. Warning, temperature critical.
God, that looks like an Earth-like or
Fuel
something.
scooping complete.
Let me scan these buddies. Wait, I think I'm too close. Hold on. Made a mistake there. I gotta get out. Yeah, okay. Double click. Get away from that star a little bit. I'm gonna scan that. I think that's a ringed Earth-like planet. Let me check. That's a Class 3 gas giant. What we got here in this image? It's just a rocky body. Gas giant with water-based life. That's worth some credits. I'm still trying to earn my triple elite for, you know, my elite exploration. So I gotta do scanning and sell the scan data. Well, this isn't really my explorer ship. That's another Class 3 gas giant. He's got a... Yeah, okay. Oh, Waterworld. Yeah, okay, that's worth money. Waterworld's worth good money. Waterworld's and Earth-like planets are the worst, the more money to scan. I got one more to scan here. What do I got here? Is he behind the sun? It is, isn't it? Yeah, I knew it. Where is it here? Yeah, okay. I can't get it. It's behind the sun, so I've got to get further away from the sun so I can scan that last one. Maybe I'm far enough away now. There you go. And one more planet right here.
System scan complete.
Okay, good. Jump to the next star system.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, I'm elite in trade rank, but I'm only deadly in combat rank. So, I'm 47%. I get elite's the next rank.
3,
So,
2,
I'm
1.
close to triple elite, but I still got quite a bit of grinding to do.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, so what are we looking at here? Any of these look like Earth-like worlds? Nah, or rocky dust bins.
Fuel scoop
Not worth
disengaged.
a lot. Ooh, somebody wants to pirate me. I got interdicted by an NPC. Alright. This is fun. What are we dealing with here? A Fer-de-Lance. Small, very capable combat fighter. More maneuverable than me, sure, but...
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
dropped a heat sink, which made me lose lock for a second. Just bumped him.
Target destroyed.
Let's see if he's got any components worth picking up. Nah, I don't care about his components. There's his remains. What's left of his ship.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Switch back to scan mode.
Fuel scoping.
Oh,
System scan complete.
no planets, just a star in the system. 3 of my jumps to Sol.
Fuel scope disengaged.
But there's no doubt if I
Frameshift
visit
drive
Sol,
charging.
if there's other players there, there's a good chance they may attack me. So which planet do you want me to visit when I'm in Sol? Mercury, Venus, Earth? What's the first planet you want me to visit and show you?
Fuel scoping. System scan complete.
It's all stars.
Fuel scope disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Alright.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
You know, when you first start out playing Elite Dangerous, you can't go to Sol. It's permanent locked. You have to earn enough federal rank to where you unlock going into Sol. So a lot of the home, the core government plans are permit locked, and you need permits. You have to unlock permits to be allowed to do
Fuel
that.
scoping. System scan complete.
So there's permit locked regions of space. I'm just gonna get a little bit extra
Warning.
fuel
Temperature critical.
here. Just want to get a little bit of extra fuel here. There we go. So while I'm here, here's my permits. See, I unlocked all these systems, so I'm allowed to go to Sol, Beta Hydri, Fasis, Alioth. The Founders World permit you could only get if you reach Elite or you are a founder, a backer of the game, and I was a backer of the game. That's where you can go to the Jameson.
Warning. Temperature critical.
The Founders World is basically a station which sells every module and every ship. So it's like instead of having to hunt around the bubble looking for which stations sell which modules and which ships, Jameson Station has like everything, and it's like a Founders station. And when you reach Elite, you can go there and make that your central base of operations. That is Shinrata Desra, is the SAR system for the Founders World. Okay, so you get the permits different ways. By doing missions for the Feds, for the Federations and the Imperials and the Empire, you unlock permits when you reach certain ranks. You can see I'm a Rear Admiral in the Federation. I'm a King in the Empire. I'm literally the highest rank you can be in the Empire. I'm actually a King, is what I am in the Empire. And then Alliance doesn't have ranks. They don't have permit locked systems. So it's by earning ranks you can unlock permits. That's pretty much how. Except for the Founders World, which you have to reach any elite rank. So I'm Elite Trader. But I was also a founder and a backer, so that's what I got. There's ironically one ship in the game, the Cobra Mach 4. Not a powerful ship, but there was one ship in the game, the Cobra Mach 4, that's only available to certain people who were backers, and it's a ship that I don't have access to.
Yes, sir.
But it's a medium type ship. It's a good exploration ship. But the Cobra Mach 3 is just as good. I've been around these systems a lot, though. A lot.
Frameshift drive charging.
Jumping to Sol right now. When I first started playing Elite Dangerous for the first year, I was pledged to Alliance because Alliance gives you benefit for trade. I didn't want to be part of the Empire, which supported slavery. But then I needed the prismatic shields, and I joined Power Play. I joined, of course, Aisling Duval in the Empire, who's one of the only Empire officials that's against slavery and stuff like that. So I helped try to expand her influence through space when I do Power Play. And you can actually influence Power Play and help your powers gain new sections of space. Already another player here. Fer de Lance right there. You can see Commander Miraculous. He's came out of battle. He's pledged to my enemy too. Interesting. Who else we got here? Another players we got here. That's NPC, 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 NPC. He's probably entered the station. He lost his shields. He's slightly damaged. He clearly was involved in something. So, you want me to go to the moon, right? Alright, so here's what we got here. There actually is an engineer here. So, notable presidents is a historical mark. We got the moon. We got the space station around the moon, Galileo. We got Earth. Now, let's go to the moon. Ah, moon's not landable. It's locked. Let's see what's landable. I can land on Mercury. Moon's not landable. Mars High. All these capital ships. I can land on Jupiter's moon, Callisto. I can land on Europa. I can land... Only things with a blue thing I can land on. I can't land on Io. I can land on Ganymede. So research... I can land on Enceladus. Dione. Distinction. Decazard, Oedipus. Rhea, Titus, Ariel. Triton. Permit required. I do not have the permit for Triton. Interesting. How do I get a permit for Triton? I wonder what I need to do. I'm not the highest rank, but maybe that's a secret military base. That's curious. Let's go fly around Earth and see what Earth looks like in the year. Of course, this is Earth in the year 3300 something. What year am I in? What year is it now? It's 3300 something, I think. Now, Elite Dangerous is not a true open world. It's a peer-to-peer game, which is kind of a bummer because the most people that I think that could be in an instance is 64, even though thousands of people play the game. Only 64, something like that, could be an instance. Maybe it's 128, but because it's peer-to-peer, it has that limit. There was pros and cons to Elite doing that. They didn't want to run a giant cluster of servers, but you know, it would have been cool if you could actually have fleets of hundreds, thousands of ships. But the engine is just so large, and there's so many calculations. I'm not sure how that would work. It's kind of like how No Man's Sky is peer-to-peer right now until they go released with their latest update next week, where they only have like 5 players that can see each other, except it's much larger. Peer-to-peer. Good, I'm not seeing other players, so I'm not at risk at the moment. I'll just take in Earth here. There's Abraham Lincoln. I'll turn off the grid lines to make it look neater. And I'll target nothing to make it look neater. So here's we got. Oh, there's Africa. I'm flying over Africa right now. Let's go fly over Europe. There's Spain, the tip of Spain over there. There's Europe.
Steel Legion, maybe.
check out this capital ship. See what that looks like. Right close to a capital ship, ancient history, interplanetary road trip, new leadership, creative humanity. These are like tourist sites, and you can get mission where you have to escort tourists from other like stars. They want to come visit these thingies, and you have to like give them on tourist missions and things like that. I'll go to the Abraham Lincoln Space Station after. Oh, that's cool. I didn't check that out. Thanks for letting me know, old fat gamer. That's his handle, old fat gamer. No, I'm not talking about myself. Although that fits me very well. My son says, yeah. It's funny. Alright, let's see what this capital ship looks like. Nice. He's a big boy. Farragut class battle cruiser. Okay, so I want to show you how big these capital ships are in comparison to me, just so you can see scope. I'm gonna get right up to them. I'm 1 kilometer away from it, and I'm gonna show you how big. I have one of the biggest ships in the game, one of the longest ships in the game. Right, this is. So I'm a couple hundred feet. So big you are. Okay, there. That's as close as I can get. So, this is one of the biggest. I have one of the biggest player ships in the game, and this is showing you what a federal capital ship looks like compared to me. Yeah, he's a big boy. And I have a federal Corvette. That is a nice sized battleship. I can't wait till fleet carriers come out in December, because I wonder what the fleet carriers are going to be, how big they are, and the player ships can dock in them and stuff like that. It's going to change it up. So what we got here? Let me get away from his mass lock. You know what? I bet your fleet carriers are bigger, because although that ship is big, I don't think it has a hangar that you could dock a federal Corvette at. I don't think it's big enough that you could dock a federal Corvette in one. You could probably dock a bunch of Vipers, right, and Cobras, but I don't think you could dock a vet in it.
Frameshift drive charging.
So I'm thinking fleet carriers are going to be bigger. They're going to be like mini space stations.
1. Engage.
Because if squadrons can buy them, and I wonder how much they're going to cost, right? If my ship is 560 million credits decked out, are they going to be billions of credits for a fleet carrier? If so, are squadrons going to be able to share funds? You know, I'm curious to know how that's going to work. Let's go dock at Abraham Lincoln. Just back of it. Make. What's make? Oh. Wait, we got an unidentified signal source here. Let's see what this is here. Maybe it's something we could do. Anything good? Encoded emissions. Yeah, sure. Let's see what they are. It's usually some, like, you know, grinding trade data to discover. Going too fast again. Going too fast. Slow down. Don't go so fast. Oh, I missed it. No, I'm gonna make it just in time. Okay, fine focus crystals. Compound shielding. And junk. I've got 56 of those, 147 of those. I'm maxed out on those. Yeah, I got nothing really to need here. Yeah. I could probably pick up some more of these just
Cargo scope deployed.
This is stuff for engineering. Going too fast, slow down. There we go. Slide it in my cargo bag.
Cargo scope.
Alright. Where was I going? Oh yeah, Abraham Lincoln, or I want to go somewhere else. Let's see. Let's go land on the planet, like on Mercury. No. Let's go land on Mercury.
Frameshift drive charging.
Mercury is Mother Gaia.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
What's this? What's the faction? The Birthright Wars. Ooh, that sounds like history. Mercury has actually three bases you can visit and land on in Mercury. Land bases. Wow, how's your vet cost that much? Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, how'd you get your vet to cost that much? What do you have in it? Because I have just about everything except the super expensive mirror composite hull, which is like 250 million by itself. So that's expensive. So I alternate between Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky because No Man's Sky really got the exploration of planets and animal and plant life down. I so wish Elite Dangerous let you land on planets and be able to like capture animal life and like sell it as cargo or something like that, or do some plant exploration with atmospheres. Elite Dangerous had so much more potential with being able to land on planets and things like that. So for me, atmospheric landings and adding more that you can do, even if they don't give you space legs and you just land on planets, they'll still be really cool to have atmospheric landing. So obviously the ships themselves and the combat, superior and Elite Dangerous. But No Man's Sky has that planetary landings and getting out of your ship and exploring planets down pat. Going too fast and I can't slow down. Hey, no problem. Like I said, I have 5,200 hours in this game, so this game is like my second life. Ooh, Type 9 private courier service. I have any I don't have a surface scanner. I'm surprised there's no like lava fonts or something to visit. Geysers. Ooh, why is it? That's interesting. Oh, close to walls. It's funny, I'm not familiar with that purple ring. I'm familiar with a blue ring. I don't know why it's purple. That's new to me. Why is it purple? It's always a blue ring. I'm not sure why it's purple. I don't know what that means.
Orbital flight engaged.
Yeah, next week. No Man's Sky. 8/14. Full open up and full VR support. Entire game playable in VR. Headlock. As a free add-on. Awesome. Can't wait. I have the PSVR, so I'll check out PSVR. I also have it on Steam too. But my character on PSVR is not nearly as far along as my character on Steam. So I'm not going to land at the base. I'm going to kind of land just on the outside of it.
Landing
Do some
gear deployed.
exploring.
Core Dynamics, Delta, Romeo, Alpha. Welcome to this Federation port, Commander. Please regulate your speed on approach.
Wait, I don't have an SRV bay in the ship. Darn it. Knew I was missing something. No point. Can't get out of the ship. I'm gonna dock instead. Maybe they sell. Maybe they have one here. See, that's what happens when I'm not in my my Explorer.
07.
Landing gear retracted.
Yeah, I figured that 3 pad's too small. Definitely a bigger pad than that. This big one here. Let's come in here. See that little tiny ship landing on that small pad there. Oh, 7. Landing gear.
Scan detected. Landing gear deployed.
There we go.
Descend to flight level 100.
Okay. Alright, docked.
Contact. Power down system.
Alright. What are the odds that they happen to have an SRV bay so I can just drive around and not have to leave and waste my time landing on this planet? So, old fat gamer, do you have all the Guardian tech unlocked? Do you fight Darkoids? Okay, so
I don't know why it was funny in my head.
let's see if I can get a. Yeah, okay, good. Here.
Oh, wait. I'm losing my ball away. Alright, I'm gonna go through my.
Yeah, I've got 2 SRVs. Okay. And I maxed out on modules, aren't I? So sell this. Funny how there's like hundreds of thousands of stations, yet you can only store 120 modules. Makes a lot of sense, right? That each module's at various stations, yet you can only store 120. That's kind of an artificial limit there. Okay. Alright. So, if I go to... first I gotta cart some data to sell. How much was that data worth? Couple 100K. Any good missions here? Yeah, I accidentally got rid of my engineered hull reinforcement because I didn't have enough cargo slots or storage slots. Assassination, yeah, mining missions are kind of garbage. Low payouts, assassination, donations. What are they with? It will give me Fed rank, so am I maxed out on Fed rank? I don't think so, right? I'm not max Fed yet. What's my rank? I'm Rear Admiral, so I could get some Fed rank by doing donation missions. It's a good way to boost up Fed rank. That's how you rank up if you want to rank grind. You just do donations. Good way to rank grind.
Incoming message.
Yeah, see, the incoming message is me improving my party reputation. I'm now Soul Constitution party reputation has increased. Okay. So I went up from 12% Rear Admiral to 26% Rear Admiral just from those 4 donations. So, any more donations? You have to actually achieve, I think, Rear Admiral, right, to get the Federal Corvette? You have to be Rear Admiral just to unlock to purchase the Federal Corvette. And then you have to be, I think, a Baron to get the Imperial Cutter. Okay. I don't really see anything particularly appealing here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I have a Class 8 Prismatic for my Imperial Cutter. I'm using the Class 7 Prismatic for my... But when I want to run my Cutter in cargo mode, where I run a storm of 700 cargo, I put my Class 6 shields on my Cutter, and then I just have 2 Class 8 cargos, and just max out on cargo based on the thing. That's what I want to do, heavy cargo running. So, now that I got an SRV, I'm going to go on the surface a little bit. We'll do a little prospecting for any minerals. Just to show you what that part looks like when you SRV. Because people ask me about mining. You can't really mine for stuff except for like power, engineering materials.
Please resume on-ship navigation. Farewell, Commander.
Come on, get some of this anyway. What's up with this terrain? Is it too close to a crater or something? There we go. Alright. Keep us safe from the Guardians. Yeah, then what are they doing? What are they doing? Taking all those occupied escape pods. Alright, let's see what we got here. I love the size and scale and scope in comparing your SRV. Where am I here? Come on, go. What do I do here? How do I get... Too close, there we go. Let's see. Too close, too close. Get it from here. Get it. Weird. Why am I getting signal lost here? I should like this. I'll just show you scope of my SRV. There we go. Compared to my... That's the scope of my SRV compared to my ship. And you see that's the little... That little glowing yellow thing in there, that's where the SRV comes in and out of that ship. The scale that they have to these things is just, it is really amazing actually. They did everything to scale. It's pretty cool. It's hard not to really appreciate how much effort they put into that. Alright, let's go look for something. A rock to go. And shoot a wave scanner here. Only got a few more minutes left and I gotta stop streaming. Just a few more minutes left. Yeah, you can. I know which one you're talking about, I think. Yeah. That's cool. Feel free to share it. So get closer. An outcropping. tin, that's always good. So, did you play the original Elite and Elite 2 Frontier? Because I played the original Elite on the Commodore 64 back in 1984. I've been playing variations, and then I played Elite 2 Frontier on the Amiga computer in the late 80s. It's just many, many years ago. Hot dogging? What does it mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that. A flat hot dogging. Not sure what that term means. Oops. Oh. I was going a little too fast for that. Alright, let's go. Sulfur, iron, sulfur. So that's copper. That stuff. Sulfur, nickel, chromium, garbage. I could always use probably a little more iron. Let's max out iron already. No, only 1, 2, or 300. I can always use more iron. Draw back. Back. I'm maxed out on chromium. Yeah, I need to add that to the ignore list. Chromium goes on my... Oh, it is already on my ignore list, okay. Metallic meteorites usually have, generally have the best type of rare things. Actually, coincidentally, I don't even know what's the most rare minerals you could find on the surface of Mercury. So if I go to Mercury and I go to details, okay, so tin, germanium, yeah. Ironically, Mercury on Mercury, go figure. Yeah, nothing really good here. I really need kind of like arsenic. Always need arsenic. Technetium. Alright, where's my ship at? I think I went so far from my ship it went away. Now I have to recall it. Recall ship.
Ship recalled.
You can manually dismiss your ship, or if you go a certain distance away, it automatically autopilots away, and you gotta call it in. Sometimes it's good to dismiss your ship so another player doesn't line to blow up your ship while you're leave it there landed by itself. I wait for my ship to come in. Oh, let me I should could told me I could adjust the game sounds down. There, I lowered the game sound a little more compared to the microphone. Man, Amiga 3000 was my favorite. I used to use Video Toaster on the Amiga 3000 and do rendering. I was so like obsessed with Babylon 5 back then, the show, and the fact that they used the Amiga to render all their graphics with the Video Toaster. So I used to do a lot of CGI rendering with the Video Toaster. And, I think it was called Imagine was the name of the rendering software back then. God, that's reaching. Imagine was one of the rendering softwares. Ship.
Landing gear retracted.
You want to see anything else in Solo? I gotta actually.
Frame shift drive
I gotta take
charging.
off actually.
4,
Alright, let me escape the planet.
2, 1. Engage.
Alright, I'm just gonna drift out of orbit a little bit, then I'm actually gonna log out in space. I'm not even gonna get to a space station because I gotta go. But, hey, thanks for showing up, everybody, and sticking with me while I played some more Elite. You know, I got a copy of, God, I can't remember off the top of my head, right? I just got it today, right? I can't remember off the top of my head. So, I just got a copy of the brand new game, Age of Wonders Planetfall, which just came out today on Steam and console. And I've been a huge fan of Age of Wonders strategy game. You know, Age of Wonders 1, Age of Wonders 2 for a long time. So I was really looking forward to Age of Wonders Planetfall, and I just got a copy today. So that will probably be the next game that I play a little bit. Of course, I'm always playing Elite, but I hope Age of Wonders Planetfall is pretty good. Age of Wonders was a really fun series. Oh, there was a crashed ship I could have explored. Maybe I should go check that out next time and see what that looks like. It's actually on the surface. Huh. I should probably check that out. Oh, there's always something to check out. What's the nearest star system I can jump to real quick? To get out of here. Let's go to... let's go to Bernard Star. Nope, I didn't lock it. That was a mistake. Yeah, come on.
Frame shift drive charging.
Okay, I will say one thing. Elite Dangerous, for all it has the same spam messages that repeat from NPCs, and they really could do a good job. I mean, all they have to do is outsource some people to create like unique lines and some random stuff. There's only so many times I'm going to see, don't forget, this is the 1% of the liners out there. They really could create thousands and thousands of more NPC broadcasts. You get to see the same like 100 or so over and over and over, and after playing 5,000 hours, it's the same repetitive messages over and over for NPCs. Really wish they had put more time into the uniqueness for that. And I wouldn't say it's a lot of effort either. Just come up with random, phrases that randomly get chosen and generate.
Dynamics Delta, Romeo Alpha. This is Flight Operations Department. Please comply with established docking procedures, Commander. Permission authorized. Cleared for landing on docking bay 25.
Landing gear deployed.
What am I, 25? Ooh, there's another player in here. There's 3 players in here. Yeah, there's 3 other players in here. A bunch of other players.
Landing successful. Docking restraint.
Alright, well that's it for tonight.
Report to station services for more information, Commander.
Thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody.